Good day, good evening, everybody. Welcome to today's edition of Let's Talk Networking. I'm Terry Lee Harrison, and I am passionate about helping coaches, consultants, and solopreneurs network in the most dynamic and lucrative way. Today, we're continuing our series as I go live every day throughout the summer of 2021, like 90 days-ish in a row. And I'm just so excited this is the start of July 4th weekend in the US. I know we just had Canada Day, but what else is happening right now? We are starting the third quarter. We have ended the first half of 2021 and we're ready to go on the second half of 2021. And I want to give a shout out to Adil Alim. He is with Easily, and he is one of our virtual team members. And a post that he made prompted today's topic. And what that was is he talked about how are you doing on your goals? Have you hit your goals yet for 2021? And he shared he was behind so far for the 6 months because he was behind in January, but that he had met and I think crushed, but done super good second quarter. And I thought this is really an important topic, and especially when it comes to our business and our networking. And I think I have 4 points for us today on taking a moment to review our networking year so far. And I want to thank Adil for that. And I want to congratulate him for the good work he's doing, the growth he's having. And you know what, Adil, if you keep up at this pace, I think you're going to be on track for your yearly goals. So you go and let us know how we can help you and support you. So 4 points that I can think of to help us review our networking. Number 1, I want to encourage you to take a moment and acknowledge your wins. So you all know that my goals are on my board here at my computer. And as I just stopped before I went live and looked up at some of the things that have happened in the first half of the year, I'm like, yes, this is good. These are great things, right? Each step is a building step to get you where you want to go. And so just giving yourself that moment to acknowledge the good things that have happened, acknowledge your personal growth, the business growth, the steps that have been taken. Okay. I think that's super important. And I think that many of us are always pushing towards the goal, but we have to stop and celebrate the wins. It's just so huge in our growth. Number two, it's equally as important, I think, to take a look at the lessons learned. What didn't go so well, and what lesson can you learn from it so that it doesn't repeat itself? Sometimes these are the tough things, and it's always good to be able to look at your role in the things that didn't go well, how you can grow from it and how you can learn from it. So we're not only going to look at the wins, but we're going to look at the lessons learned. And then I want to encourage you to look at your networking efforts. Look at where you're networking, how much you're networking, when you are networking, how are you showing up? How many one-to-one sessions are you doing with people each week? Are you building power partner relationships? How are your 1-minute commercials when you show up? Are you being targeted? I was in a breakout room with someone at a meeting this week, and we were talking about the big asking for something. And she says, I just kind of let things flow and let things come to me. And I thought, well, if you're not, that's great. That's great. And I really sincerely hope that works for that person. But yet, if we really have goals, I think sharing them with others helps others cheer us on, help us grow, helps them support us, and being specific and putting it out to the world, I think that's when the things come to you. So my question to you is, ask yourself, what are some ways that you can be leveling up? And perhaps it's that you look at it now, make some changes here, first part of July, and whether you want to wait until end of third quarter or you want to monitor the things monthly, look at how your level ups are going and check them out and see what you can do from here. Lastly, it might be a good time. I think we all set huge goals for the start of a year. We're 6 months in. It might be a good time to take a quick look at what might you want to shift? What might you want to let go of, right? Is it time to, has anything not gone well? You've tried everything. Is there a power partner you need to let go of? Do you ask yourself these things, and it's these honest conversations, right? These honest conversations of what you need to do, what totally isn't working, because let's face it, in the last year and a half with what's happened with COVID, we have all made some shifts. We've all made some changes. And as we continue to change and we continue to evolve our business, what else is it that may not be serving you anymore, right? You may recall a couple of weeks ago, I talked about when we are thinking about the possibility of letting go of something, I encourage you, number one, especially if it's like a networking group, reach out to the person that runs the group and just have a candid talk and say, hey, I'm thinking this isn't working for me, and allow them to share with, maybe there's some things you can do to make it work for you, right? So reach out to them and then ask yourself and give yourself 60 days all out. I'm going to play all out in this group before I walk away. Because a lot of times, I've shared this before. I believe that networking organizations all offer the very best. And sometimes it's not them. It could be us and how we're showing up, right? So those are just some key concepts if you think about it. So as you examine the first half of 2021, again, check out your wins and celebrate them. Evaluate any lessons learned and what can you learn not to do them again. What can you level up in your networking, and what might you need to begin to look at letting go? And just again, it doesn't have to be that abrupt letting go. It could be the beginning of the process of, I'm going to examine, is this something it's time for me to let go of? So I want to wish you all a fantastic rest of your weekend. I know many of the people that will consume this content, they will absolutely be holidaying this weekend. So I want to wish you the best for our U.S. friends celebrating July 4th. If you are interested in getting a hold of me, making contact with me, here's how you can do that. If you have any questions on your networking, I want to invite you to message me, book a time at bookterrylee.com. If you are interested in exploring ways that we could possibly work together, I want to invite you to visit terryleeharrison.com. And if you have not yet been able to visit our global referral community at Team Referral Network Virtual Chapters, I invite you to check out our list of meetings at vteamnetwork.com. Or you can message me and say, hey, I'd love to come to one of your chapters. I'd be happy to personally pick a chapter for you and invite you as my guest. So as we close out today's episode of Let's Talk Networking, our closing quote for the series is, when you have figured out what it is you want to ask for, do it with boldness, confidence, and certainty. So everybody make it a great weekend, and I will see you here tomorrow.